Y'all, get into it. Yeah, get into it. Yeah, this is a glueless install and I'm feeling real cute. Stop playing with her. If you guys want to know how I did this glueless install with this beautiful curly hair, keep on watching, baby, because it only gets better from here. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jada and today I have another slay. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a curly hair, y'all. I have not done this in a long time because I don't really go for the curly hairs all the time because I just feel like they just give me a whole lot of issues. But today I have this voluptuous curly wig. You guys have seen this one too many times on my channel, but this is a 360 curly wig. This is how the insides look. The parting space, it's not giving 13x6 on the parting space. That's the only downfall of this wig. You know I love me some 13x6. I need me a deep parting space. It looks a little bit more natural, a little bit more believable with the parting. But for this one, I'm gonna try and do a swoop back. I'm gonna try and give the old man haircut because it's not giving 2-inch part. The only thing I've done so far is bleach some of the knots, and I did pluck some of the front part of the wig. Now I'm gonna put it on. Y'all, one thing about 13x6, before I put this on my head, I already told you, you don't have to tell me, all right? I know it's a little bit smaller because 13x6, for some reason, if you get an average cap size, it's not gonna fit an average head, okay? It's gonna fit the baby heads, tiny heads. My head is not average, okay? And I guess that's what makes me unique. I have to keep telling myself that. I would recommend getting a larger cap size because this one is kind of small, and if you have a bigger head, it's not gonna work for you. So right now what I'm doing before I put this on is I'm just gonna put a little bit of powder on the lace because this one is not giving HD. Yeah, it's not giving HD. So as you can see, the color's kind of coming out on one side. I'm not sure if you can really tell, but that's what I'm doing. So this is what I was talking about. The 360 wigs, y'all, like, please, and I'm pleading, they need to be a little bit bigger. Like, what is this? Like, imagine if I had a lot of hair on my head. Y'all are lucky that I'm bald-headed. You are lucky I'm bald-headed because it's not giving. But as for the sides, like, it goes all the way back here. So we're gonna have to try and finesse, okay? Now, you guys already know how I do. I like to cut the sides to see how I can make this work. We're probably gonna have to really get into it. Yeah. Get into it, y'all. I guess it could kind of work in a way. It's just that it's gonna be on my actual edges instead of being in front of it like I like it. But I could kind of work with this, I guess. Make sure if you are buying a 360 lace wig, make sure that you are getting a larger size so you can avoid having very limited spaces. All right, now guys, what I'm gonna do is cut around the hairline. Now you're probably wondering, like, girl, why aren't you gluing it down before you do that? But this wig was intended to be glueless when I got it. Like, I wanted to really do like a glueless wig install. So that's what I'm gonna try to do today. Let's see if it works out. If not, y'all know I'm gonna run to my default, which is just gluing the wig down anyways. So rock with me while I show you what I do. So I'm gonna cut as close to the hairline as possible, especially in the middle, because the hairline comes out so far. So you really have a lot of room to work with it on that side. Alright, so guys, I've officially cut along the lace. Now, one of the issues when you have a frontal and you're trying to do glueless, this right here, it flips, it flops, it's just all over the place. So I'm going to show you what I do if I don't have a band that like really holds it down, because a band would really like hold this part down, but it just doesn't work for me in my sense. So I'm going to show you what I would do naturally. Now get your foaming mousse. I like this one from Lotta Body. The Nairobi one is really good too, and we're not going to use a lot. We're going to put like one pump in the cap, and then we're just gonna finesse. Glueless wigs, especially when it's like this, it's all about finessing and playing around with it, because you're not gluing it down, so you have to make it look as believable as possible without any glue. That's essentially what glueless is. So I'm going to put a little bit of this product on the edge. Actually, move it over. Yep. If you guys have a paper wrap or a headband or whatever it is, make sure that you are flattening out the edges of the wig and putting it on, because the edges of the wig will curl up and you want it to be really flat. Now, if we had a little bit more room to work with, the lace would fall a little bit more forward and it would be easier to work with, but we're using what we have, okay? And I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll come right back to finish doing what I'm doing. All right, y'all, so it's been marinating for a good minute, so I'm gonna remove the headscarf. I put a little bit of foaming mousse on the top so that the hair could lay a little bit more. But anyways, okay. All right, let's see what we have here. So it looks a little bit more laid. The reason why I do like using foaming mousse is because it doesn't make the hair too stiff, especially that foaming mousse. It takes away the wetness, but it doesn't leave it stiff in a way. So that's what I love about that. It's not glued down, so the sides are gonna come up, but as you can see, it's a little bit straighter. It's a little bit straighter than it was before. And that's what I was kind of going for when I used the headscarf, is for it to be straight. Now, it's not gonna lay as flat because the wig, if the lace came out a little bit more, it would be a little bit more room for it to lay flat. But I'm gonna treat this as if I have edge control and glue. Now, you could put a little bit of edge control, don't get me wrong. If you could do whatever you want to lay your edges to make it look a little bit more believable, or some hairspray. Hairspray works also. I might just use a little bit of that, but I always start with foaming mousse when I'm doing this glueless style, because foaming mousse helps it to kind of like straighten out, get the job started before we go in with intensive measures. So at this point, this is how my edges are looking. Now, there's a little bit of a darker shadow on top because the foundation powder I'm using is a little bit of a darker brown, but I needed the tint so it doesn't look too light. But as for right here, I would probably use a little bit of hairspray to keep it down, because it's gonna keep lifting because there's nothing keeping it towards the skin. So hairspray works in that sense. It's not glue. So for a lot of people who think it will come off very easily, it's just hairspray. All right, I'm gonna let this set the edges a little bit, and then I will continue on because it's a little bit wet right now.
And weren't you miserable and upset? Not when I wrote this book. Not when I wrote this book. I have to disagree with you because worth. You know, we're gonna talk about that some more. Yeah, absolutely. And I want to hear from you guys from the audience.
All right, let's remove this and see what we're working with. All right, so this is what we're working with on this side. As you can see, the more you like play with it and lay it down is like the better it will come out. Like new wigs, the lace always takes forever to train, like forever. So I would suggest even like leaving a scarf on or like a paper wrap on for like a day, coming back to it, because then it will really like form to your head and know what it's supposed to be doing. This is what I'm getting at with my Glueless install. I like it because you could just remove it at the end of the night and put it on and it will look good. Now me, I would put hairspray on, but I don't want to do that right now, only because I really want to give you guys a glimpse of how it works without like extra like hairspray or any type of like spray glues or anything, because the spray glues, they're a little bit like hairspray in a way. They don't hold through sweat. They're not as aggressive as like the real wig glues that you have to like glue down. Very voluptuous. It's drying and it's just getting bigger and it's just looking nicer. I literally love it. It's nice. Yeah, it's looking very much natural. And sometimes you just need to give your edges a break. Sometimes you really do, girl. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you guys liked it, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe down below and make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this wig. And if you're interested, everything will be listed down below of this hair. I'm so in love with you.